Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're having a very good day. So for today's video, I'm here to do my September book haul. A lot of you guys are heading back to school, me not being one of them. I'm just kidding. You know, I really enjoyed school from elementary to high school. English was definitely one of my favorite subjects during grade school. I wasn't very good at English as far as, you know, homework assignments, writing assignments, but I loved reading books during the class. From elementary, I remember reading James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. Grade 7, The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. In grade 8, I remember reading Tuck Everlasting. In high school, I remember reading The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan. The short story, The Lottery, that was pretty cool actually. I really like that. So to show my solidarity to all of the students heading back to school this fall, I decided to pick out my own required reading list. So these books I've chosen, I believe, can fit into a classroom environment. Possibly. So if it were me choosing the books for required reading for the school year, these are the books that I would choose. The books I've chosen are more modern, contemporary books. They've been written in the 20th and 21st century, so they're quite new books. For me, I wanted to choose books that are not only poignant, but also relatable and relevant and gripping and just interesting to read about. So for my book to movie adaptation review, I chose The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. This was first published back in 2006. So quite recently. Our main character is a little boy named Bruno, and their family moves far, far away in an isolated area. Their estate is separated by this large fence, and that's where Bruno meets this boy on the other side whose circumstances are much different than his own. This book is set during the World War II era, so you can imagine what this book is all about. I'm expecting my heart is going to be super heavy while reading this book. I'm really interested in checking the book to movie adaptation. This is quite a short read also, so I shouldn't have too much trouble getting through this book, so I'm really looking forward to this. And so for my YA choice this month, I decided to read Crank by Ellen Hopkins. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Melissa, are you excited? I first heard of this book from Melissa at Melissa Books. I will leave a link to her channel in the description bar below. Definitely check her out. This is one of the books she really enjoyed, and Ellen Hopkins is one of her favorite writers, I believe. So I'm really looking forward to checking this out. If you guys don't know, oh, I don't know if you could see that. Crank is written in verse. So as you could see here, I hope you could see, it's pretty much written as poetry, really. So I should be able to read this book quite quickly. Crank is of course contemporary realistic fiction, quite a dark book. I was reading a few pages of it at the bookstore and I was like, oh my gosh, why haven't I read this sooner? It is pretty intense. Crank is a book about methamphetamine, also known as speed, Gina, ice, crystal. You get the gist. And in this case, Crank is the monster for our main character, Christina. So for my classic choice for this month, it's not a well-known classic, at least for me. I haven't heard of this book before. I wanted to read a classic that I'm not too familiar with and just something different. And so I chose A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. This was first published in 1943. On the back of the book here, it says it's about a young girl's coming-of-age story at the turn of the century. So I'm really looking forward to checking this out. I've read Catcher in the Rye and The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I read a lot of coming of age stories of male main characters, but not really one of a young female main character, so I'm really looking forward to checking this out. Have you guys read it? Have you guys heard of it? I don't know where I've been. And so for my last book, my adult choice of the month, do you guys remember SSR, Sustained Silent Reading? I do. And of course during SSR you get to choose a book to read during a sustained period of time. When I was younger, I was kind of the fidgety child. Sustained reading is a skill. It does take some time to actually sit down for a sustained period of time and just read and just get immersed in a story. So this book I chose would be my choice for my SSR time. And so I chose The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. This was first published in 2006, another recently published book. You guys know me, I love reading, I love literature, I love stories, and this is a book that definitely surrounds that. Our main character is a biographer. She is asked by this old woman named Winter to write her biography. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book. Either I'm going to be extremely enamored by the story because it's about books and stories, or maybe extremely disappointed because, you know, that happens sometimes. What I love about SSR reading is that you get to choose your own book. That's maybe lighter than usually the heavier reads that are chosen for school. So I'm hoping the 13th Tale will not only be as moving as the other books I chose, but just more of a lighter read. And this is a debut novel by Diane Setterfield, so we will see. So that's everything, guys. So I'm really looking forward to checking out those books out. So do you guys know what you're reading for this school year? Let me know in the comments below. Is there a lot of modern contemporary books that are chosen for your required reading? I'm very interested in knowing if there is any. If you could choose your own books for required reading, what would you guys choose for the school year? So that's everything, guys. I will talk to you guys later and have a good one. Bye.